Captain Dobbs submitting live report on Deadbolt drone, maiden recon flight over easy. Oh, wow. The terrain is dotted with, purple rocks. Emitting light? Oh, man, Barrera's gonna be all over those. It looks like I'm passing over a herd of wildlife of some kind, zooming. Well, that looks like survivors. Hey, there's survivors down there. No. Hold on one sec. I'm making another pass. No, something's not right here. Repositioning. Repositioning. No, they're not moving right. Staggering. Holy fuck. No, they look decomposed. Command, look. Please don't jag me for what I'm saying. I'm not making this shit up. Something else on the move. It looks like animals. Animals might not be the word. What the hell is that? The ground is... It's heaving. There's some kind of... Whatever that is fucking massive. At this point, I'm recommending a very dense surveillance schedule. Radar's picking up a lot of unknowns down there waiting for our ground teams. I'm RTB. And someone's got to debrief me on whatever the fuck it was I just saw. Dobbs out.
Hey there. Captain Amy Fang, Deadbolt exfil pilot and getaway extraordinaire. I've made a bunch of trips over the EZ already, and wow. I thought I knew what shit show meant. This takes the cake. It's like some horror movie I wouldn't want to see. I'm talking straight-to-video bloodbath. Jury's still out on who's the bigger pain in the ass, the monsters or the damn mercs. Monsters make it hard to land. They're hungry, tend to get handsy. Mercs make it hard to do anything, especially when AAA's involved. Look, I'm just trying to keep my bird in one piece. The less drama in my LZ, the better. I'm gonna let you get to it. Lots of fun stuff to do around here. If you find yourself in a bind, give me a call. I'll come get you. Captain Amy Fang, exfil pilot. I've been asked to recount the events of our initial encounter in the exclusion zone. And since it's either this or a failed psych eval, I guess it's more of an order than an ask. But then again, what do I know? After Zakhaev turned Urzikstan into an utter hellscape, Gibbs, Jackson, and Spaulding were sent to locate survivors. It was a standard CASEVAC, something I've done 100 times over. Yeah, no. We get to the site, and it's completely deserted. No ground team to meet us, no locals, just a fucking ghost town. And that's when Gibbs spotted them. We were so relieved to find survivors that we didn't notice how many there were, how erratic their movement was, or that they'd surrounded the helo. Within seconds, they were sprinting toward us, and every molecule in my body was screaming to run. Gibbs and Jackson piled in just as I was taking off. Spaulding was on the ladder. This howling mountain of dead flesh. It's a wonder we could hear his screams at all. I had to keep flying. I had to keep the chopper in the air, or none of us were going to make it. By the time we landed, the only thing left of Spaulding were his arms, still dangling from the ladder. Roops, Sergeant Kapoor, told me they had to break his fingers to get them off. Fang to base. I'm flying recon over the EZ and... Holy crapola.
Oh, watch it, Fang. Your Minnesotan showing.
Shut the fuck up, Dobbs.
Yeah, sure, you betcha.
Would you just shut up and listen for a second? It's looking not great down there, and I need you to take this seriously.
Yes, ma'am. This is a solid copy.
I'm seeing a substantial increase in portal activity across the area.
Okay, define substantial.
Like at least a dozen have popped up since I started my patrol. And I'm seeing HVTs all over the EZ. The big, nasty kind Miller's always going on about.
Oh, man. Okay, listen. RTB, and I'll set overwatch on the remainder of your route. Fill Brewer in on what you've seen. I'll keep my eye on the margins, make sure it ain't expanding.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I'm sorry. I need a better confirmation than that.
Yeah, sure, you betcha. RTB.
Out. Captain Lucas, Dobbs to ground pounders. Do me a favor and look up, will ya? See that? Of course you don't. It's 5 feet long and 25,000 feet above your head. But it can see you, and so can I. Yeah, Deadbolt's resident eye in the sky checking in. Currently enjoying the view from under the belly of a Class 1 I-Star UAV. What is that? Oh, I'm glad you asked. It's an unmanned aerial fucking velociraptor, and it's keeping your asses safe all the way from the tropopause. See, pilots and field operators aren't the only ones here making a difference. No matter what Fang says. There's a lot of threats down there, and I got eyes on every single one. You want to survive the EZ? You'll listen to what I have to say. Now, tell your buddy to stop looking up like an idiot, and let's get to work.
Fang here. Nothing new to report on this sweep. Do you guys need anything? What the shit was that? Dobbs, are you pulling some interference crap on my channel?
No. Why are you yelling on mine?
Someone or something blacked out my comms. Did you have any issues just now? Hear anyone you didn't recognize?
Negative. Sounds like something worth reporting, though.
Yeah, I will.
You okay?
Of course I am.
Oh, just asking.
Yeah, I'm okay. Just... spooky.
Everything here's spooky. You're probably not going nuts. Probably.
Ha! Gosh, thanks.
Welcome to the exclusion zone. We call it the EZ, but there's nothing easy about it. Lucky for you, this ain't my first rotten rodeo. I know what you're up against, and I got what you need. Sergeant Crystal Miller, USMC. I'm company quartermaster for Operation Deadbolt. Need guns? Need gear? Need a clue? You come see Crystal. Want to hold your distance from that howling mob? I got a robust selection of high-powered rifles. Looking to mow them down like grass? I've got LMGs that reap what you sow. Trying to keep them out of your face? I got shotguns that can drop a grizzly. Keep in mind, there'll be some splash. Good luck with the stains. Hell, I could go on all day, but I'll spare you the sales pitch. You already know what you want. Just ask nicely and mind your manners. Respect the quartermaster, and she'll keep you geared up. Just not damn fair, is it? Is it, Luke? I mean, too dangerous? We got ourselves three-headed monsters for neighbors, and that damn woman says it's too dangerous? Heaven forbid we have any fun. The old Russian guy with more scars than personality can do whatever he damn well pleases, but not Crystal! Ugh. Don't look at me like that, Luke. Yes, infusing live rounds with Ethereum comes with some risks, but who better than Hugo and I to pull it off? Yeah, that's what I thought. Honestly, who doesn't want Ethereum bullets? Ethereum bullets! I'll tell you, our fearless leader is really starting to... The hell? Are you recording this?
Field name? Hellhound. I don't know if that's where they're from, but good golly, they look it. In short, this is one mangy mutt you don't want to tangle with. Now, if you move quick and quiet, you might just be able to sneak up on them. But, they catch sight of you? Well, that's all she wrote. They'll rush you, sink their teeth in, and start mangling your squishy bits. Even if you manage to shoot the sumbitch, well... Boom goes the Dogomite. Oh, one more thing. We got word that these pesky pooches are being spotted in dog houses. Maybe they just ate the family pet and took up residence. But with all the spooky shit around these days, you never know. Could be more nefarious. Alrighty. Field name, Mangler. Weapons, right arm shockwave cannon. Left hand, big sharp blades. Don't turn your back on Manglers. They're like well-armed bears. Their sight is sharp, and they will charge at anything. Their cannons will raise hell on your senses. Cover won't help you. That said, the wiring is for shit. Pump a few rounds into that arm and boom! Now, if Big Boy loses his cannon, he's gonna close in with those blades. Best bet? Get on his flank. They're good at charging forward, but like my Aunt Pam, takes them a while to turn around. These things have armor that puts a battle tank to shame, so body shots are probably useless. However, you pop that helmet off and the head will be vulnerable. I wouldn't mind one of those helmets as a souvenir, just saying. One last thing. Those chatterboxes are constantly muttering to themselves. Something to listen for if we want to avoid them. That's all I got for this one, folks. Alright, class. Please open your textbooks to page 6 and we'll talk about today's nightmare fuel. Field name, Mega Abomination. Now that's a mouthful, even for this three-headed monstrosity. So let's just call them Mega Bombs. Weaponry. High-powered skull-mounted electric bolt beam that tops 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit on a snowy day. But it doesn't stop there. Big fellas can charge at the speed of a bull, and their bite can sever your spine. Now, you might be thinking, fella that size probably can't follow me into a building. And you'd be right. But his friends can. Yep. Mega bombs carry crawlers on their belly that'll detach and chase you right back into the open. If you let them. Make sure you don't. So how do you take down a mega bomb? Well, you gotta have patience and hopefully a couple of buddies. Aim for the mouths. Nobody likes a toothache. If you can land a grenade in there, even better. Take the heads out one at a time. Nice and methodical. And it'll be dead before you know it. Well, deader than it was at least. Any other questions, you come find me and I'll give you all the gory details. Good hunting out there, folks. By now, I think we we figured out who makes everything worse. No, not Dobbs. The undead. Whether they be shamblers, doggos, shapeshifters, or three-headed, whatever megabombs are. But let me tell you, it gets worse. Much worse. Enter the Disciple. This SOB's got the corner office in the hard-to-kill department. Weapons? Oh, lots. They got more tricks up their sleeves than a cut-rate magician on bath salts. These floaty fuckers control other zombies, making them faster, angrier, and nigh on impossible to put down. Don't have any zombies around? Oh, that's okay. They'll invite their own. That's right. You piss off a Disciple, and you're gonna find yourself on the guest list to Satan's kegger. Now, remember that part where I said it gets much worse? Yeah, about that. If you ever get close enough to do damage, they're gonna hit you with this beam that, I shit you not, steals your life force. And then, add an insult to injury, those sneaky bastards will heal themselves with it. My advice? If you're gonna take one on, bring buddies with you. After all, friends don't let friends fight alone.
Excuse me, Ravenov. Feel free to send me a pack in, but I've noticed you're not rattled by anything going on here. Also, people have been saying Green didn't have a choice in bringing you on board.
My expertise came at a high price. Being here, it is my duty. We all have our instructions.
I got history with this kind of thing, too. The place I grew up, it was a town by the name of Liberty.
My God. You were there. But you would have been so young. How did you possibly...
Hold up. You know about what happened? Every pencil neck I've ever spoken to said those files were sealed.
The people, they tell me things. I know it was a tragedy.
Well, shit. I've kept my mouth shut, worked my ass off in the service, and convinced the powers that be to assign me to Deadbolt, just to find out that you're the one with the answers?
Perhaps I can help. When you have time, record what you remember. And I can do my best to connect the dots for you. Separate fact from fiction.
You do that?
I promise.
Deal. Now, that means you can't go dying on me.
I am good at keeping promises.
Здравствуйте. If you do not know who I am, it is fine. That is preferred. It means I am still good at my job. But now, we must trust one another. There is no time for cloak and dagger. My name is Sergei Ravenov. What is happening now, I have experienced it before. Many times. I am told I am expert. It is not true. Thanks to others, I am a survivor. There are things out there you have not trained for, could never train for. Understand they are flesh and bone. They can be killed. Rely on your comrades. Keep your resolve. And
succumb to fear. There is a way to stop this. There is always a way. We find it together. Ah. Kapitan Sergei Ravenov. Personal log. Perhaps I should stop saying rank. It was stripped from me long ago. I've been many things since I left Spetsnaz. Informant, traitor, requiem operator, mob enforcer, instrument of revenge, slayer of monsters. Decades have passed. The world transformed, and yet here we are again. At least this time, we had a plan in place. Operation Deadbolt came together overnight. My colleagues seem capable enough, even if they do not trust me. And why should they? But there is already so much for them to absorb. My story can wait until they are ready. I only hope this is my last dance with darkness. I just don't know how many more monsters I can slay. Time to give an update on my favorite complication. I am getting a headache thinking about her. All these years, carefully watching from afar. Now I'm staring her in the face. I am not happy. The plan was for her to stay out of the muck. And yet, here she is, neck deep in it. Well, my old friends, I guess we stood no chance against fate. She is too smart, too driven to be kept away. Reminds me of someone I used to know. She will save us. I know it. However, her passion for her work blinds her. She threw herself into fire to find answers. I could not catch her. And I fear she will get burned. Having been inside the rift now, I am troubled. What I heard on the other side sounded very much alive. Not like these other creatures we have been dealing with. This one is different. Dangerous. I can feel Eva fading as it gets stronger. She is not herself. Even worse, she's doing everything to hide it. We feared something like this would happen. And that is why I stayed here, always watching. Yet I was unable to stop this catastrophe. I know it is not her fault, but this child, woman, she is a magnet for disaster. And this thing on the other side, I do not understand it. And anyone who would is long gone. All I know is she is in danger. But this time, I do not know how or when the enemy will strike. Perhaps I was not the one who needed to stay behind.
Ceasefire?
Quite a steady hand for a man your age. What, age is that again?
Where I come from, Sergeant McTavish, it is rude to ask this question.
Fair enough. But where I come from, we like to know the man fighting beside us.
Ah. What is it you would like to know, then?
Range is hot! Ceasefire!
Perhaps we should start with what I know about you. Youngest SAS selection in British Army history. Handpicked for Task Force 141. Deployed on countless classified operations. Highly decorated. Highly regarded. And apparently a damn good shot.
See, that's funny. You know all that. The only thing I know about you is that you don't fucking exist.
We are both soldiers, no? Surely this is not the first time you have fought alongside someone who does not exist.
Can't confirm or deny that. Fine. You keep your secrets. I don't need them.
Why are you here, Sergeant?
Staying sharp, same as you.
Ah? Then I suppose you would not refuse a little friendly competition, huh?
Depends what you've got in mind.
5 rounds. Tightest grouping, loser, owes a bottle of, whatever I saw you drinking last night.
Scotch.
Of course. You afraid, Sergeant?
Another thing you should know about me. I don't know the meaning of that word. Say when, old man?
Range is hot!
Specialist Ravenov. Appreciate you being here. Let's get right into it. What you're looking at is the latest satellite imaging of the exclusion zone. Dobbs, pull up the heat map. As you can see, preliminary data shows zombies most active near Lowtown and the surrounding regions. Terminus forces are concentrated here, here, and here, with mobile units patrolling the routes between. At the strategic level, our plan is straightforward. We strike at key terminus locations around the hot zones.
Yes. Destabilize grip on perimeter, limit communications, then deliver swift assault on Outbreak's epicenter while terminus reels. We did similar in Kabul. This could work.
Kabul? What do you know about Kabul?
Ah, Pablo, it is nothing. Forget.
Specialist Ravenov, the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan was 40 years ago.
I'm saying you have a good plan. For now. But do not let mercenaries distract you from the true danger here. The undead are everywhere. And they will not relent.
Well, we seem to be on the same page regarding strategy. That's good. Let's talk logistics.
Logistics? This is not my area. But we will speak more when you are done, yes?
It's going to be a while.
Do not worry. I am used to waiting.
Okay, who the fuck is this guy?
That's 3. 3 convoys we've lost in the last week, and you're telling me comms are secure?
Don't shoot the messenger, man.
You better find me someone to shoot, because I am this close to... Ah, Specialist Ravenov. So nice of you to join us.
Officer Green, I'm sorry I am late. I have brought the latest reports from...
Frankly, I don't give a shit what you brought.
Mom,
No, I've had enough. No one in this room will give me a straight answer. This operation is going straight to hell if I can't rely on my own personnel to tell me the truth.
Why don't we go through the reports? And then you and I can...
Enough bullshit, Ravenov. It's time for you to come clean.
Listen, if it were possible...
No, you listen to me. I'm supposed to be containing this outbreak, and instead, I'm dealing with a bunch of half-assed stories and bald-faced lies. If I'm going to effectively run this operation, I need the whole picture. So, Ravenov, either you open up, give me some concrete reasons to trust you, or get the hell out of my sight.
Specialist Ravenov has been instrumental in the progress we've made here. Without him...
Progress? Progress implies some forward momentum, Soap. The easy hasn't spread, but unless I'm mistaken, it's getting worse out there, not better.
Respectfully, we're at war. Operators like Ravenov are crucial to containment. I know we're up against it, but sidelining him is not the answer. We need every asset we have in the fight.
Okay, Sergeant. But I'm telling you now, before this is all over, I will have my answers. Ravenov, let's see those reports. Please. Green. Correct. I'm on the hunt for strong stomachs for Deadbolt. Yeah, well, circumstances are unique. We have unknown combatants as well as private sector soldiers. If it was easy, they wouldn't have put it in my hands. My people have already made some pulls. I like Fang. Mental evaluations flagged her as sturdy. And Kapoor has seen a lot of action. He's got some strong references. The quartermaster your people recommended Miller? Apparently, she's had contact with the kind of phenomena we're dealing with. No shit. Yeah, she'll have good insight. I'll take her. Another thing. Higher-ups pulled rank and recruited this Russian named Ravenov. They say he's an expert. Any info? Nothing? Damn. You too, huh? Guy's a legit ghost, which given what we're facing would be ironic if it weren't so serious. I don't like it. All right, well, thanks for trying.
Selma,
Hello, Kate.
given you are calling my personal phone, I assume you know this line isn't secure.
Well, this is more of a personal nature, Kate.
Yeah, the kind where you ask me how long we've known each other, followed by some classified business.
I'm not gonna ask you, but by all means, feel free to answer.
We have known each other long enough for you to understand when I can help and when I can't.
So this is the latter.
This is the latter.
You know, the file you sent on Ravenov is more redaction than file. I'd have gotten a better sense of who this man was from a pair of his old boots.
Like I said, my hands are tied.
Come on, give me some of your Kate. For old time's sake.
Selma, take my word for it. Ravenov is an expert in this field. You need him.
Yeah, well, I'm still not entirely clear on what this field even is.
You asked for something, I gave you something.
Yeah, you did. Thank you.
This is new ground, Selma. When this is over, I hope you'll call and tell me how glad you were to have Ravenov on the team.
Yeah, well, I hope so, too.
Sergeant McTavish.
Laswell, you recording this?
I'm with the agency, Soap. I record everything.
Ways honest, Kate. I'll give you that.
You read the package I sent on our new asset?
Asset. Interesting choice of words for an unreliable, disloyal, violent Russian.
You've done your homework.
Damn right I did. May I continue?
Something tells me you will.
I reckon we've witnessed our fair share of shite. But is this for real? Or a bloody fucking joke?
It's real, Soap.
Then what kind of steaming mad fuckery's in the redacted bits?
Why don't you tell me?
I'm asking you to tell me. Because this reeks of psyops, and no offense, that's more your bag than mine, and...
Your reaction isn't surprising, but I assure you, Soap, we need to treat this threat seriously. Deadbolt are only just realizing what they're up against, which is why I need you to know just a little bit more than them.
A little? Jesus, Kate.
Given his resume, Ravenov's presence may be our ace in the hole.
He's a liability, Laswell. Sure as the rising sun. Unless you got a file on that, too.
Not yet. If he tries to slip the leash, I trust you to handle it.
What are my rules?
You have execute authority. You see a need, choose your move, and I will back it. No questions asked.
Roger that.
And one more rep. Nice work, ma'am. Weight's down. So, Langley wouldn't send over his profile. Is that unheard of?
It's uncommon, but I don't need his damn psych eval to know something's off.
You don't trust him?
Why would I? I've never heard of him. Hell, he doesn't even exist as far as I can tell. No family, no service records. The Russian government doesn't even know his name. And I swear my source got nervous when I asked.
Whenever you're ready.
But Laswell sends him in. Says he's our expert authority on the situation.
Nice and slow. Good.
Expert my ass. This situation is unprecedented. And I'll be damned if I'm gonna let this Matryoshka of a man fuck it up any more than it already is.
That's it. One more. Good. Weight's down. He was in the gym the other night, you know. He's in good shape. Like, really good shape. How old is he?
Apparently. Even that's above my pay grade, Walsh.
Right. That's everything we had lined up for today.
Do I look like I'm done?
You, ma'am? Not that I've ever seen.
Damn right. We go again. And this time, bump the weight. Well, I guess I'll leave a voicemail. Hey, Walsh, look, no need to call me back. I just need to get some shit off my chest. We busted our collective asses to pry Zakayev out of here, and then he goes off on his own accord. That should have been good news, but no, Fletcher decides to stay and mine Ethereum. Could already be on the black market for all we know. Terminus caught the scent of a fat payday like bloodhounds. They're moving fast and getting very territorial. And I know Soap can handle Fletcher. He'll have to get creative, but yeah, he can handle it. However, I still don't trust Ravenov and Jansen. But they're the only ones I can depend on to solve our rift problem. And if they don't come through for us, our losses will be unacceptable. Just unacceptable. But I have to go and prepare a contingency plan if Jansen doesn't come through, so... Listen, thanks for listening.
Received a surprise visit from our CEO. It's not what I expected. I've operated in alternative energy circles a long time. Never heard of Mr. Zakayev until recently. He doesn't fit the profile. No idealistic mission statement, no inspirational speeches. And his security, it's overkill. It's an army. All I got was a firm handshake and a thorough interrogation of my work. He's clearly interested in Ethereum, but I don't think energy is his end game. With this level of funding, I shouldn't be surprised if he has other pursuits. I could analyze his motives forever, but the reality is I have no other path forward. The advances I'll make here will be groundbreaking. He's a necessity for now. Hopefully, this is just the behavior of an eccentric rich man. But it feels like his plot is thicker than that.
I'm curious, Dr. Jansen. Do you have any reservations about your new circumstances?
You're asking how I feel about working for the feds. Let's see. 5 years ago, there was a knock at the door of my Princeton flat. 4 men in suits. They didn't say a word, just grabbed my laptop, my notebooks, my fucking cell phone, and left. That was my introduction to the CIA. So you'll forgive me if I'm not exactly delighted with my current situation. Your agency has a lot to answer for. That said, at least you're not Zakhaev. He lied to me. He told me that my research would be used for good. Medicine, renewable energy. With his funding, we could bring Ethereum into the mainstream scientific community. He told me exactly what I wanted to hear. Then went and turned my life's work into a weapon. You want to know how I really feel about working for the feds? Write this in your little notebook. Far as I'm concerned, this entire mess is your agency's fault. But if you help me take that bastard down, then we're sharp. Everything's forgiven. I'll work for the CIA as long as you want. Just promise me he won't get away with this. Dr. Ava Jansen, audio, whatever this is. I just need to unload my brain a bit. All right. To be clear, I am perfectly aware that any correlation between dreams and reality is purely coincidental. It's only that figure in the rift. I've seen it before. I had these dreams when I was a kid. Thought they'd gone for good years ago. In my dreams, the figure, it would call to me. And it would feel so familiar. Like I knew it somehow. Look, this is probably just stress. It's the only logical explanation. But I'll just tell Green I need to take a mental health day. You know, after the apocalypse. Commencing preliminary test of Ethereum Neutralizer Mark II, Dr. Ava Jansen recording. Here we go. Despite the considerable hurdles we faced with the prototype, this iteration already promises to be a marked improvement over its predecessor. In a nutshell, our prototype generated a field that destabilized Ethereum at an atomic level. It isn't enough to shatter its crystalline form. For true neutralization, we have to achieve nuclear decay, transforming the element into a series of harmless isotopes. Unfortunately, the power required to generate such a field is exponentially proportionate to the area of effect, such that it ranges approaching the size of the EZ. Well, we could never marshal that much power. Secondly, the field would only penetrate a few feet of the element, And we know from seismic scans of the EZ that subsurface deposits can reach 300 feet. So, while the prototype worked, it was only a partial success. At first, Strauss's research felt like a scavenger hunt. The man was clearly a genius, but my goodness, he would have benefited from peer review. That said, the end result was clearly worth it. I noticed a constant in Strauss's equations, the resonant frequency of Ethereum. He took a stab at a ballpark figure for it, but had no way of measuring it accurately. Well, it's not the 1950s anymore, so with the help of Dr. Barrera's field team, we got a reading, accurate down to 10 to the minus 12. Plugging that number back into the original equations was a breakthrough. Where our prototype was a hammer, this iteration is a scalpel. Better yet, it will operate at peak power for long enough to clear deposits up to 500 feet across. And all without having to violate any of the laws of thermodynamics. As for the device itself, maybe don't let the higher-ups know that the whole thing is held together with paper clips and dental floss. Joking. I appreciate the risk that has been taken, and I understand how imperative it is that I deliver. Hi, Mum. It's me. I know, I meant to call you days ago, but a lot has happened. But right now, I just need you to listen. The people I was working for weren't who they claimed to be. It's bad. Really, really bad. They used my birth mother's research to do something disastrous. I can't go into detail because it's classified. Well, you understand that. She worked in intelligence. But they did let me make this call, so at least you know I'm alive and safe. No, I can't come home. Not yet. I made a mess of things here and I have to set it right. Yes, I know I'm in over my head. We all are. But you and Barbara did everything you could to prepare me. And I can't run away from this. Not now. Look, I'll talk to you soon. I hope. Ava Jensen, Private Journal. 8th of June, 2020. 14 years since I learned I was adopted. Happened in biology class. We did blood type tests. Mine ruled out Mum and Dad as my birth parents. I marched straight home and turned the place upside down looking for my birth certificate. Instead, I found a CD-ROM full of research by someone named Elizabeth Gray. Her photo. I knew that face from a hazy childhood memory I told myself was a dream. When they came home, my parents, the ones who actually raised me, told me about their old friend, the one who left and never came back. What could be so damned important that you'd abandon a 3-year-old? It tore me up so much. I dove into physics to avoid that question. In time, I stopped looking for her in the files and focused on the research itself. Schrödinger, Hawking, Kaku, they all had theories about other universes and dimensions. Elizabeth Gray's work went beyond mere theory. Her painstaking dissections of dark ether lifeforms, her spectrographic analyses of their tissues, her partnership with Oscar Strauss to codify the exotic physics animating these impossible organisms. The more I understood, the less I was driven by anger and resentment to study her work. Now all that's left is to exceed her.
The limestone's connected to the sandstone. The sandstone's connected to the...
Knock, knock.
Hi, Dr. Jensen. I didn't know you were, right there.
Listen, I wanted to get your opinion on something. If you're not too busy.
No, please, come in.
I've been analyzing the data from well, the phenomenon that occurred.
The rift? Yes, aren't the numbers incredible? These seismic fluctuations alone are unlike anything I've ever seen. On any planet. Look at these. If it weren't for my security clearance, I would send this to every scientist who ever called me a bit...
Dr. Barrera, I should be dead.
You what?
The amount of energy unleashed at that moment should have vaporized every atom in my body. Look at your own readings. A hole was torn between dimensions. Why didn't it tear me apart too?
I don't know.
Will you do me a favor? I took a scan of myself after the event, but I'm worried I'm too close to this to properly analyze the results. Would you mind?
Yes, of course. What exactly am I looking for?
I'm not sure. Anything that can tell us more about what happened out there and to me.
I am on it, Dr. Johnson.
Thank you. I need to clear my head. I'll leave you to it.
Okay. Oh, could you maybe close the door on the way? Or not?
Don't know why they thought I couldn't work a radio on my own. Okay, uno más, and then I transmit it for real. I got this. In Venezuela, rock formations called tepuis soar 10,000 feet above the rainforest. Their plateaus are said to be among the most remote ecological islands on Earth. Many have never been visited by humans. My name is Dr. Hugo Barrera. I hold a PhD in exogeology, and I have been assigned to Operation Deadbolt as your chief scientific officer. I spent 3 years atop the tepuis of Venezuela, studying their unique geology and endemic life. At the time, I thought it was the closest I could get to experiencing alien conditions on this planet. I was wrong. What we see out there in the exclusion zone, what you face every day, it is not from this world. But that does not mean we cannot study it. Catalog it. Break it down into its pieces, hold it up to the light, and perhaps come to understand it. I have dedicated my life to studying the unstudyable. My fervent hope is that here in the EC, my knowledge will be of some use to field operatives like you. And together, we can save lives. Oh. Now it's good, Barrera. Where's the problem with public speaking now, Professor Alonso? Okay. Now for the real thing. Espérate. Wait. Is this on? But again, is the entire? Ay. Miércoles.
Hola, Mama. You must be busy. Has Isabella's dance season started already? Mira, don't forget to send videos, por favor. Anyway, I am calling to tell you that I'm leaving the country soon. I can't say exactly where, but mira, I promise it's not too cold, and I'm packing an extra chamara just in case. This one is big, Mama. Biggest job yet. And they asked for me personally. Can you believe that? Yeah. They must know there's no one more qualified to study a new exo-element. I just can't wait to start collecting samples. You know how much I love collecting samples, Mama. And ¿sabes qué? This element they found, this Ethereum, this... Oh, no. No. I mean... Anyway, I better get going. Just wanted to let you know that I'll be gone for a little while, so don't send any more food to my house. I'll give you a call when I can. Say hi to Isabella for me. Te amo, Mama. And, erase his voicemail after you get it, okay? Dr. Hugo Barrera, analysis log for tissue sample 44E13, harvested from an alpha-class dark ether organism. This is by far our cleanest sample to date. And what the sequencer shows is, well, increíble. No, really, I mean it this time. See, with earlier samples, we established a symbiotic relationship between dark ether organisms and their environment. A transfer of energy and matter that fuels biological evolution at a rate we've never seen before. But what if it's more than that? What if they're also feeding off our reality? Cloning or somehow corrupting organic tissue? I may have just discovered the existence of naturally occurring nucleic acid analogs. Well, no, it's hard to say without additional data, of course. I would ask Commander Green to set up a bounty system to bring more of these alpha classes in. But I've seen enough to know that we should be careful out there. Horizontal gene transfer concerns aside, the idea that the dark ether is able to mimic facets of our reality, even imperfectly, is unsettling. We've only seen this in dead, decaying matter, but what if that changes? What if the data is wrong? What if the data is wrong? Can the dark ether corrupt a living person? Ay, Dios mío. No, okay. I need to sit down. Dios mío, I don't know what's happening. I just got back from the field. And I was told I should make a record while everything is still fresh. There has been so many losses. I don't even like that word, losses. It's not adequate. People died. They are gone. I don't like grouping them together like a statistic. I keep getting pushed to step outside my expertise to influence decisions. It doesn't feel ethical. They cannot even distinguish one scientist from another. But when I came here, I was so excited. I forgot about the military side. They need me, but most of them do not understand me. And I know better. And still, I couldn't stop myself. The discoveries I have made here have so much potential to make the world better. But of course, all they talk about is weapons. Ethereum is consuming my life. And I won't be able to talk about it with anyone, except for the people here. I wanted so much to see what no one had seen. I wonder if it was worth it.
All right, Motorpool. I'm Colour Sergeant Rupinder Kapoor. My mates call me Roops. Welcome to Operation Deadbolt. Now, sorry about the transport getting here. Them C-130s ain't much for creature comforts, is it? But you didn't come for the day spot, right? You're here because you can strip tanks under fire. And if you can't, look to your right, because they can. You can up-armor Humvees, you can rebuild jet engines in your sleep. Look, you're not here because you're good. You're here because you're exceptional. The last thing our mates in the field should have to worry about is being let down by a bit of shoddy wrenching. Keep everything running like clockwork, and we'll all get on like a house on fire. As you were. Oi, Motorball, listen up. It's been brought to my attention that some of our operators refer to us lot as bobbits, remps, and geardos. Now, obviously, we know that's a load of old bollocks, but it's important that we remember why. Think of all these major advancements in warfare going right back to the Assyrian war chariot. Game changer? Too bloody right. Later on, empires relied on naval power, Viking longboats, British man-of-wars, American aircraft carriers, tanks in World War I, the Blitzkrieg in World War II, jets in Korea, helicopters in Vietnam. Are you seeing a pattern yet? It's all about transportation and technology. Our graft may not be glamorous, but we are the beating heart of warfare. Battles are won and lost on mobility. So if any of these grunts ever treat you like some sort of grease monkey, they're only showing their ignorance. No matter what they say, you'd soon hear it if our shit didn't work right in the field. We are nigh on irreplaceable, innit? As you were. Off you go. Report to all stations. Look, I know we're all having a laugh, running over corpses with our vehicles. I might even be guilty myself. However, we're gonna have to knock that nonsense off, because it's us lot that have to clean up your mess. Turns out that not only are they tough to kill, they're really hard to rinse off too. And besides, all these extra parts and pieces lying around the place is just unsanitary, innit? We had a mishap the other day. One of our lads had a temporary parting of ways with one of his digits. So there we are, face down in the grime looking for one finger and come up with 3. Shit was mental. So stick to non-vehicular undead elimination, yeah? Cheers.
Captain Jonathan Price. How long before we meet again? How long till I'm face to face with a man who taught me the meaning of loss? I can't help but wonder. Did they give you a medal for killing me in Verdansk? And if so, will you give it back? Remember your last words to me? I won't kill you, but the fall will. Must have felt good, huh? Tossing me down that missile silo into the darkness like trash. And I have spent every day since counting the ways I can repay you. I'm a patient man, Captain. I won't rest until everyone you care about is eliminated. So imagine my pleasure to find your protege, Sop McTavish, embedded with Operation Deadbolt. Oh. Oh, losing him, that would be like losing a brother. Oh yeah, the thought of it is exhilarating. Duh, Captain Price. I will show you what loss is. After all, I learned from the past. I miss you, Father. You will have the legacy you deserve. I'll see to it. What we've unleashed here is only the beginning. Those who stood in our way will be eliminated permanently. Our resources are limited, but my will is endless. Once we have enough enriched Ethereum to hit our targets, London, Paris, Washington, D.C., we sit back and watch them tear each other apart. Viper Zero to all terminus. If you value your paycheck, I recommend you listen intently. We've added a new asset to the Urzikstan operation. Her name is Dr. Jansen. The good doctor will serve as the chief scientific authority on the materials we are recovering. Be advised, you will protect her with your lives. Her survival is critical to your success. Jansen is an advisor and a non-combatant. She is to wear full body armor when downrange. Should the situation become kinetic, move her to an armored transport and out of harm's way immediately. Our combat loadout is need to know. Dr. Jansen does not need to know. Maintain a non-aggressive posture around her at all times. Do not socialize with the pretty scientist. She is exceedingly intelligent and smarter than most of you put together. You will return the doctor and the cargo fully intact. No mistakes, no exceptions. Those are your orders. Follow them.
Jake Fletcher, client conversation regarding Terminus contract 75819. Commencing.
Why are you recording?
For quality assurance.
I assume you have questions?
The shit you're after. I need to know what it does.
Ethereum? It is none of your concern.
Will it harm my men?
Yet. If they're smart, they should be fine.
Great. So, half are going home in body bags? We need to renegotiate the contract. If there's a market for this, I know people, buyers. We could stand to make a lot of money.
Money is of no concern.
Then you won't mind parting with it.
When I have enough enriched Ethereum to secure my father's legacy, you may sell whatever remains to your buyers.
Fletcher here. We got a contract coming down the line that's gonna change everything. It's a huge operation, all hands on deck. This Dag is paying through the nose. Well, he's after some crazy element from elsewhere. I've seen what it's capable of. Volatile, it's powerful stuff. Oh, there's heaps of this shit. Supply won't be a problem. I don't know, I'm no scientist, but I know a gift when I smell it. I'm not above an early retirement. Now, look. I know you've got people you can talk to about this sort of thing. I'm sending you a package with some samples. Take a look. Tell me if you think there's a market for it, what we stand to make. Your cut. Greedy bastard. 15%, same as ever. Listen up, you shits! I'm only gonna say this once. We're about to enter the outbreak zone. That means no fucking around. Whatever you've heard about these Scody bastards is none of your concern. You are here to earn a paycheck, which means following the contract to the letter. Wander off, engage with anything outside of this unit, or make the grievous error of voicing your contrary opinion, consequences will be swift and merciless. And if anyone pulls any shit that undermines the legitimacy of Terminus outcomes, you will be terminated in every last sense of the word. All right. Speech over. Let's move out. Oi! Shut your yips and pay attention. There's been a change of plans. Zakhaev is no longer in the equation. So we are going to focus on increasing our payday. As of right now, we are strictly here to extract Ethereum. Buyers are lined up. Each of you stand to make more than those government hacks will ever see in their lifetimes. We're going to mine what we can before this place gets too hot to operate. But you lot need to up your game. Deadbolt have been thinning our numbers far too efficiently. And once they figure out we've shifted gears, it's going to get worse. So bearing that in mind, don't be shy with the heavy artillery. Gloves are off. Let's get paid. When Zakhaev tucked tail and ran, he left enough crap to fill a skip. The only bits that aren't total garbage are files from a group called Omega. These people were freaks. Whack jobs. Their scientists did some seriously fucked up shit, all in the name of Mother Russia. But they got results, even if it was the stuff of nightmares. According to their notes, that place beyond the rifts, what they call the Dark Ether, there's a treasure trove just waiting for us to slap a price tag on it. Now I'm looking for a dozen of you lot to travel with me into a rift. If this mission goes as planned, it will be the biggest payday in Terminus Outcomes history. Those of you who choose to volunteer will stand to make a very cool 35% more than those who don't. Now if you can't do that math, ask a friend for help. So, who's with me?
Ready for the briefing? Oh, shit. Shit. No one told me. Really, Scorpy? Just don't tell Fletcher I forgot, okay? I'm gonna stay off his radar. Oh, that's cute. Little bunny's scared. I'm not scared. I just heard things. Like, did you know he once pushed a guy out of a helicopter? Poor bastard fell 500 feet. Ground chuck. You're taking the piss. I'm telling you guys, the man is not to be trifled with. Who the fuck says trifled? Yeah, well, I call bullshit. Fletcher would never do that. I wouldn't put it past him. Thank you, Jones. Thank you very much. Oh no, don't change the fact that you're still chicken shit, Scoresby. Fuck you, Jones. Fuck you very much. So burning question, guys. What's everyone think of Fletcher? He's off his head. And that's coming from an expert. Whatever. I can't help that the man's a nutter. Fuck off, Jones. Fletcher's the only reason you're still alive. You're full of shit, Watkins. What about the time with the landmines? That was blind luck, and you know it. The guy with the Bowie knife? Caught me by surprise, he's all. Peru? Yeah, that's what I thought. What's up your ass today, Watkins? Up my ass? What the hell are you talking about? Oh, come off it, mate. You were downright twitchy at breakfast. Scoresby, back me up. Oh, it's true. You got quiet. Totally shut down. What were we even on about this morning? We were talking shit about Fletcher. Watkins? Watkins, you copy? You shouldn't trash Fletcher. You actually buy into his bullshit. It's not bullshit.
We fought literal nightmares out there, and his strategies kept us alive. We're gonna be rich, and that's all him. Given the choice, I'd still pick him for command. And I trust him a hell of a lot more than you two.
Follow the fucking door.
Legacy. Fair enough. Let me pour you a drink.
Perhaps another time, sir. I must return to my...
It wasn't a request. Now sit down and drink.
Scotch would not have been my first choice.
Yeah, suppose you would have preferred vodka.
I'm surprised a man of your standing would resort to stereotypes. Whiskey is my drink of choice. It is a culmination of delicate flavors all working together to create a beautifully complex symphony. Whereas vodka is one flat note farted out through a tin whistle.
I'll tell you what. You help me get the fuck out of Urzikstan, and I'll buy you heaps of whatever poison you drink. You know, you've got no idea what a relief it is to finally have a professional in this bloody operation. I'm constantly flanked by grunts and yes men on one side, and completely sus whack jobs like Zako have on the other. Somehow, every last one of them is completely useless. But you know what it means to command. How to lead troops and gain their loyalty, their respect. I swear, under anyone else's watch, they'd all be found dead with their pants down and their thumbs up their asses.
That's quite the mental image. But I get what you're saying.
Let me pour you another.
No, thank you. Inspection is at 2000 hours. Loyalty is earned on the ground floor. So that's where I need to be.
All right. Everything looks good from here. Drone is bingo fuel, returning to base.
Hey, Stretch. How's the weather up there?
What the... Who the hell is this?
You know, you should really consider joining the private sector. You wouldn't have to debase yourself with that piece of shit tin can you're flying.
Lady, I don't know what you're playing at, but you better get off this channel or you're gonna have the U.S. government right up your...
I'm not worried about Uncle Sam. He's too busy auctioning off the American dream, piece by piece, to care about little old me.
I'm warning you, get off.
Lucas Dobbs, born in Kokomo, Indiana, to Judy and Keith Dobbs on May 24th, 1995. Oh, wow. Looks like the U.S. Air Force has been a Dobbs family tradition for generations. Oh, too bad you outgrew the opportunity. Literally.
Joke's on you, smartass. I got a lock on your signal. Prepared? What the fuck?
Missing something?
Oh no, where's my target acquisition? I could have sworn I had it a moment ago.
How the hell did you...
Don't you worry your pretty little head about it. Oh, and just so you know, I've been recording our little chat. It's gonna be a big hit at the next office party. Better luck next time, Stretch. Dr. Mirzoyan, personal log entry 8. I thought I'd been to every dark corner of this globe, playing my part in deciding the outcomes of dirty wars and clandestine proxy conflicts. But this place, this situation, is special. I'm not bound by red tape. The Deadbolt hostages have proven themselves to be ideal test subjects, and there's no one to cry about morality. Aetherium injects chaos into everything it touches, so eager to bind to our molecules and bend them to its will. Results for my initial inhalant compound are very promising. Mortality rates are 100% within 1 minute of exposure. At autopsy, crystalline growths found in the cadaver's alveoli suggest some kind of rapid organic mutation at work. Further tests have already been scheduled. The money is good. Fletcher hopes to buy my loyalty, but he is merely a stepping stone. You can't buy these circumstances. The chemical agents I develop here will rock the foundations of my field. That is the true prize.
What can I do for you, Fletcher?
Been looking at your requisition orders. Your head count looks light.
I assure you it's not.
Deadbolt is a multi-government operation, well-funded. You're not gonna hold the men with so few hands.
The big commander thinks that me, a Cubano, doesn't know how to fortify an island. The people. No. This is too many mouths talking back, making problems. No. This manor would be my fortress. Anyone stationed here would have to memorize every inch of my defenses or boom, they're gonna be missed. I don't need a bunch of heads blocking my view when those deadbolts get torn apart. I've got mortars, mines, traps, things they've never seen. Assuming anyone even makes it onto this rock, they so much as put one foot out of place, they're done. Finished. They won't find enough to bury.
Yeah, well, you know what the consequences are if you fail.
I don't fail.
If you've manpower to spare, send them to Legacy. You know how much he enjoys marching his troops up and down.